This is a training video on how to put on the home sleep testing equipment using the MediByte system. You will start by going into the MediByte kit and taking out the waistband. That's the first band that you are going to put on. Make sure that the label goes in the right hand and you're looking at the port where the wire will have to go in to connect this belt to the actual computer. Reach behind with the left hand, make sure the port stays up, and do up that belt. It will sit about the natural waistline, and there are the two ports that the wires will go into. Secondly, you will go into the bag to take out the MediByte computer on which everything will be connected. You do have to untangle it because it's going home in a bag. Once you have everything untangled, this will be the second belt that you put on. Start with the computer in the up position. This is where it needs to land on you. If you have help with this, the person helping you will take the belt and run it behind you under your arms, high on the back, and then you can connect it to the computer and the computer will land here. But if you're alone, this is the technique. Start with the computer in the up position, reach behind with the left hand, make sure to get rid of all the kinking in the belt, keep pressure on the belt, and that will keep it straight in the back. You don't want to sleep on a knot. Run it up the back as if you're drying with a towel and get as high as you can with your hands above your head, and then come around and do that up. This will allow that back to stay high once the computer belt is done. You will start then by wiring the two belts to the computer. Find the wire whose partner is already in the belt because it will be sent home this way. Reach underneath everything and put it into the same belt. It is just a push pin, almost at your underarms. Secondly, find the wire that is left over, one wire cinched like this with two ends. Each of these will then go into a port on the other belt. Again, they're just push pins and there is no left-right. The wire can go either way in terms of these ports being put into the belt. Then untangle everything again because it will come home tangled. Find the cannula. The cannula will have a thermostat attached to it, so there are two parts. It will be sent home taped together. But the cannula ports into the nose. Each side goes behind the ear, the wire and the piping, and there should be a comfortable fit. Pull a little, let it gently find its space in your nose. And then there are cinches on each. The white has a clear cinch up underneath comfortably just to get rid of the extra parts. And then same thing here. We don't want to have a lot of opening here. It will just start to flop on you during the night. Then you'll have to get tape ready. A piece of tape will be used to put the snore microphone on the forehead. It is the red piece by itself. A mirror is helpful. So you will just put it on to the forehead, pointing down, generally between the eyebrows, in that area. Goes behind the ear, and then we will be taping everything down so it does not come apart during the night. Now we're going to go ahead and tape on the face. Get a long piece of tape. You do want to divide it in two so that the tape is not wide on the face. It needs to be long so that you're doubling up the tape on the nose area or the T-zone. You will start on the front part of the nose with a little extra on the one cheek. Get a lot of good skin contact. Make sure you get a good hold of that cannula and come down to the jawline. We don't tend to sweat here as much. Then be sure to tape underneath the ear so that nothing comes off during the night. And a mirror is definitely helpful. Don't forget that on the right side, there is going to be the snore microphone as well. So capture that one when taping. If you miss it, just add more tape. And then, as I said, we're going to double up on the nose or the T-zone. So put the tape on the nose on top of the previous tape. Make sure there's a good hold of that cannula with the tape, and then again come down to the jawline. Now make sure to tape the other side so that nothing falls out from behind the ear. Basically, your taping will look like that. And now what you're going to do is you need to put on the SpO2 monitor, which is looking at your pulse and blood oxygen all night. Take the end and put it inside your shirt. Preferably, you are going to be sleeping with at least a t-shirt length sleeve. It will help. Make sure that when you put the SpO2 monitor on, the wire is on top. Generally, middle finger, index finger are fine. Take only what's needed down your arm, and the extra, again very long, can be tucked into the belt so that it's not flopping around and causing discomfort during the night. A lot of taping needs to be done. If this does fall off, the study will fail. I recommend, once again, splitting the tape in two. It's easier to put the tape on the finger that way, especially if you're alone. Make sure to get a lot of tape on the finger, not too tight that you're restricting blood flow, but enough that that is not going to fall off during the night. It is made of rubber. It will get caught in bedding or pillows and come off during the night as you move around. So several rounds of tape to prevent it from turning or coming off. And also add tape on the back of the hand. And then on the forearm, you can put tape or an ace bandage or gauze plus tape if you do not want to tape directly to your skin in this area, especially if there's a lot of hair on the arms. This is to secure it and make it more comfortable in this area here. Often patients would like to put a piece of tape inside here as well, inside their shirt, to keep the wire from moving around as they're sleeping. They may find that uncomfortable. Definitely this much tape is needed, and it is all described in the directions that are sent home. So in essence, you need to look like the man on the directions that are sent home. Make sure that you look on the inside, look at all the handwritten notations. It will reduce that risk of failure. And if you have any questions, there is a business card in the kit with the cell number and the person who is on call in case you need help. Feel free to call us. Thank you, and have a good sleep.